Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. We are here today to do a reading for the sign of Aries for the month of November 2017. Today I'm using two decks, which is the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, and then for our guidance card we will be pulling a card from Doreen Virtue's Archangel Oracle Guidance Cards, which happens to be my oldest deck, by the way. Alright, so let's get started, Aries, with your reading for the month of November. Calling on my guides, teachers, helpers, all of the benevolent forces that love and surround me. Asking for guidance, clarity, vision, and wisdom as we look at the energies surrounding the sign of Aries in the month of November. Giving thanks in advance for perfect clarity, perfect vision, and perfect wisdom. Honoring all that is as we look at the energy surrounding the sign of Aries for the month of November. Looking at the sign of Aries for the month of November. Aries, from November 2017. God grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Giving thanks in advance for clarity, vision, and wisdom as we look at the energy for the sign of Aries for the month of November 2017. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and take a look at your cards for November. I am doing a 7-card spread, which we will talk more about the cards here as we process the cards, as we look at the cards. All right, you're coming in strong, Aries, with the Ace of Wands as your overall energy in the month of November. Now, this Ace is a very fiery, passionate energy, right in line with the energy of the sign of Aries. This Ace signifies new beginnings, new opportunities, new actions that you'll be lined up to take in the month of in the month of November. So this is a great way, once again, to come into the month as your overriding energy being the Ace of Wands. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest of your cards. All right, so here we have the 8 of Swords coming up in your past position. So for many Aries out there, there's this sense that you've really, and I'm glad, by the way, that this is showing up as a past energy and not as one that is in your current outlook. So here we have this 8 of Swords where you may have been feeling in the past very trapped, very much like you don't have the options or the opportunities even to make a new decision or to do something different or to change your environment or your outlook. All right, so this trapped energy where this individual is blindfolded, unable to see, unable to, although it does look like eyes are on the swords there, but so there may be vision around her, or around you. There may have been answers around you that you were not able to see, is what I want to say here. So that left you feeling very trapped and very isolated. All right, so that's coming up as your past energy, as I mentioned there. Let's go ahead now and take a look at your present energy. Here we have the 9 of Cups, which is our wish card, coming up as the I'm retracting what I was just thinking there. I believe it's the Nine of Coins. That's actually the wish card here. But here, this guy is, this Nine of Cups energy is all about having the ability here to really be focused on very positive and uplifting thoughts, right? It is all about harmony, bringing things into balance for yourself. Now, again, this is coming up in the reverse in your current position. So whenever you're happening to happen upon this video at this particular moment in time, there's this sense that things may be slightly out of balance, that things are not progressing, if you will, in the way that you'd like them to progress. But yeah, that's a perception that is derived as a result from looking outward instead of looking to your internal power, to your internal source, right? Whenever we focus on the external world, we're bound to be disappointed in some way, because the external world is always changing, and when things are always changing, there's going to be some things that we don't like. So the goal here is to always focus on that which never changes, which is your internal strength and love. All right, so next up we have your future card. We have the Empress showing up in the reverse as well. The Empress is all about, it's a major arcana, and she represents fertility, producing things. As you can see, she has that beautiful female energy there right at the front and center. She's all about making things happen, bringing things into fruition is what I want to say. So coming up in the reverse in your future position tells me that there may be opportunities where you're not able to actually create what you're really wanting to create. In other words, there may be you may feel like you wanted to create, just as an example, a red flag with blue dots on it. Well, you may end up with a red flag with no dots on it, so not being able to create exactly what it is that you're striving for. But again, there's a way to alleviate the pain and the suffering that comes from that, and that is to release the attachments, to stay very neutral in your thinking, and to allow things to unfold in their own perfect timing and in their own perfect way. All right, so as how you're seeing the world, I'm calling this spread the worldview spread, because these last four cards here will talk a little bit about how you're seeing the world, how the world is impacting you, and what type of influence you're having on the world. So here we have how you're seeing the world. So right now it looks like you're seeing the world, or your position in the world is one where you're working very hard, you're being very focused on getting things done, on creating the type of life that you can really be proud of, working really hard to make the money that you need to do what needs to be done. So that's pretty cool, Aries, and kudos to you for being so focused and working so hard to create the life that you're wanting for yourself. Now, as an external influence, we have the Six of Swords coming in. What's influencing you externally is movement, some sort of movement, whether it's where you're needing to move, or maybe you've recently moved. If I'm not mistaken, there was this movement card, this Six of Swords, also came out in your October reading. Don't hold me to that, but I'm really feeling like this this isn't the first time that I've seen this card in come out for Aries, and I'll have to go back and look at my October reading here and see if that's accurate. But again, there's this. I am sensing that that is the case, that this has been some sort of movement has been in your atmosphere or in your awareness, whether, like I said, a new job, a new home, perhaps you've moved from one state to the other. You know, there's some sort of movement that has had a major impact, has influenced the way you're doing things in the world, the way you're showing up in the world. So yeah, this is coming up again, I believe, for Aries as an external influence. And I might add that this change, this move is beneficial for Aries. I'm drawn back here to the Ace of Wands as your overall energy. I'm feeling that this movement that may have been, this month may not be the first time that the mention of movement or the action of movement has occurred. So I'm drawn back to this Ace of Wands here because I really feel like this movement is a catalyst in this new beginning, right? So this was a very positive and affirming move for the sign of Aries. All right, so as an internal position, we have the fiery King of Wands coming in. And doesn't this just fit perfectly with the sign of Aries? You're drawing down all of this fire energy because it's very much characteristic for your sign to have a very passionate and solid outlook on things. So here, as an internal influence, Aries are really feeling like they have the power and have the courage that it takes to get things done. And this is coming in, this king is coming in to confirm that for you. This King of Wands is a master of just that. He's a master of taking action. Look at him holding his fiery sword there, just waiting to go on the next big mission or to create the next great thing. He's just out, he's looking for those opportunities, looking around, trying to see where can he create, what can he how can he add to what's already occurring, how can he increase the value of things around him. So this is a powerful energy here, and I love seeing it as an internal energy for you because, again, it's very reflective of the characteristic of Aries. All right, so let's go on now to your final outcome card. This final outcome card does kind of sum up the last three cards that we looked at. We looked at you working really hard and moving and having this spark, this passion, this drive, if you will, to take action on your goals. Well, here you're seeing that as your final outcome card, there are still decisions that need to be made. There are things that do still need to be done. But before you charge off into the sunset to take all of this massive action, know that there may be some missing pieces that have not quite materialized for you to really fully move into that new direction or into that different direction that you're still waiting for. This blindfold was also seen here in your past energy. Taurus got these exact two cards in the same reading as well. So if you're a Taurus rising or have some Taurus energy in your chart, you may want to take a look at the Taurus reading for November. But here we see this this double blind is what I want to call this for Aries. I didn't pick that up with Taurus, but I am picking it up here with Aries. There's a double blindfold here going on that's really going to impact your ability to take this massive passionate action. Now, it doesn't mean that you won't be able to take the actions that you're wanting to take. There's just a caution here that there may be missing pieces. There may be something that you haven't either seen or considered that you may want to maybe go over that situation with a fine-tooth comb. But once you've done that, once you've cleared that missing link up, then you're going to be free to go, because again, you have this powerful new beginning energy, as well as the powerful king coming in to really spark that passion and to give you the drive that you need to get the job done. All right. Oops. So that does conclude the main portion of your reading for the month of November. Let's go ahead now and take a look at your guidance card for the month of November. As I mentioned, this is one of my oldest decks. So, because I've been working with this deck for so long, the archangels are very good about giving me one card without me having to pull it. It'll just come out when it's ready. So I'm calling on the archangels, asking for one additional card for the sign of Aries for the month of November. All right, it looks like we got two cards, and I am feeling to go ahead and allow those two cards in here. Sometimes when I get more than one card, I've done this a few times, and more than a few times, but sometimes I'll get like 3 or 4 or a lot of cards, out at once. But here, when two cards fall like that, and I get the impression very quickly if those are to be looked at or put back in the deck, then this time I was really feeling to look at these. All right, so let's take a look. First of all, you drew clear your space, Aries. Archangel Jophiel is coming through saying to get rid of clutter, to clear the energy around you, and use some feng shui if possible. If you're into that sort of thing where, it's all about how you sit things around in your house to bring in positive, to allow that positive chi energy to flow through. So the archangels are wanting you to look at clearing your space out, as well as they're also reminding you that all is well. Archangel Jeremiel, everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings you will soon understand. Isn't that just wonderful? Because what we say about things may not be quite as obvious. There may be some missing pieces or some things that you need some additional information that you need in order to fully get going in this passionate action. So it's reminding, Archangel Jeremiel is coming in to remind you that you will understand it all. Everything is in perfect order. I didn't see anything in your spread here other than maybe the 9 of Cups coming up in the reverse in your current position, indicating that there may be some a little bit of staticky energy, as well as the Empress up in the reverse in your future role. But there's nothing in your spread to make me think that what Archangel Jeremiel is saying here is not the absolute truth. Everything is happening just as it's supposed to, and soon you will understand all of it. So there you have it. You did get a bonus here of 2 guidance cards. I do want to thank you for joining me this month. I wish you a very wonderful holiday season in November, and I will see you back here in December. Namaste.